A lot of people ask me if there is still opportunity in 2026 to sell and make money on Amazon. And if we look at the data over the last 10 years, we're actually at a 10-year low from 2016 through 2025 in terms of new sellers launching on Amazon. And a lot of these are people like myself and my wife, where we're resellers. We're buying low, selling high through the process of retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, or partnering with wholesale distributors or brands directly. And yet, even though we're at a 10-year low in new sellers added, the opportunity keeps on getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger every single year. And we can see the trend here over just the last 3 years in billions of dollars. And so, to answer the question, yes, there's absolutely a tremendous opportunity to still make a lot of money selling on Amazon. And I'm going to show you exactly how and where and how you can find where those opportunities are. So my all-time favorite Amazon tool is SmartScout, and I'm going to show you a couple really cool features that SmartScout has. A lot of new sellers coming onto the platform get really discouraged because maybe brands like Ninja, Nintendo, Lego, Nike, they used to be eligible for anyone to sell. It used to be very easy to get ungated and gain eligibility to sell those brands as a reseller. And now a lot of those brands aren't accepting applications to sell the products anymore, or Amazon or the brand has hard gated it where you can't even apply, or there are just really, really high, um, you know, guardrails in place in order to gain eligibility to sell those brands. The reality is that a lot of resellers in years past made a lot of money selling those top 0.1% of brands. But what I want to show you in Smart Scout is that there are actually 632,000 brands on the US marketplace right now listed. If we go further and we look at products, there are almost 36 million products showing in Smart Scout right now on Amazon USA. And revenue wise, over $2 billion is sold every single day on Amazon right now in 2026. For context, if we were to take 2 billion seconds, I think it's something like 63 years, something more than 63 years long. So that's how much opportunity there is in 2026. And for those that are able to overcome the obstacles that no one else, that so many other people give up so easily on, the opportunity is there, the revenue is there. So one of my favorite tools within Smart Scout is something called subcategories. And with this, we can see the exact breakdown of every single brand, every single product across all of Amazon. And so what I really love about this tool is we see all of the categories that Amazon currently breaks down every product into. We got things like home and kitchen, clothing, shoes and jewelry, patio, lawn and garden, pet supplies, toys and games, etc. And if we look at just the first one here, home and kitchen, 1908, that's not 1908 products. It's not 1908 brands. It is 1908 categories that each have their own subsets of brands and products underneath them. And so we can dive down and niche down as far as we want, and Smart Scout gives us the ability to do so. And so if we click through some of these, we go from home and kitchen. Then let's go to kitchen and dining. We have 906 categories. From there, we've got kitchen utensils and gadgets, 218. And then we can keep on going down as far as we want. And like, let's look at this, just thermometers. Thermometers and timers, almost $20 million a month is sold on Amazon across 598 brands. And so we can just keep on going. And so let's just pick the top one here for meat thermometers, 12 million a month on Amazon. And we can go ahead and look at all of the brands that are selling meat thermometers on Amazon. And as a reseller, we typically want to avoid brands where there is only one or two sellers on the listing, because that's most often a private label listing, or a listing where the brand has partnered exclusively with one selling partner or with Amazon directly. And what SmartScout allows you to do is you can, filter out average number of sellers, or you can just filter something like high to low like this, and this can automatically eliminate wasting a lot of time of like which types of brands in that niche or subcategory that you're diving into. And we can see here 26 sellers, 13 sellers, 10 sellers, 7 sellers, 6 sellers. So these are all brands right here that may be reseller friendly, or they may be open to wholesale outreach, brand direct outreach, because there are currently a lot of other sellers on their listing. Or maybe you want to take a brand direct exclusivity route, maybe something like Cooper Atkins here. Maybe they're having a hard time reining in control of their Amazon marketplace because they have so many unauthorized sellers, and you can come in and show this data to that brand and show them how you can help rein in the chaos. And so there's a lot of really different varied use cases, and the SmartScout subcategories tool is awesome at being able to find that. So let's go ahead and just pick another one. So let's look at tools and home improvement. We got $1.8 billion a month in monthly revenue, which is crazy. So let's go look through some of these here real quick. Measuring and layout. So measuring tools, $26 million a month. Then we can go down to laser levels, scanners, testers, construction marking tools, and so on. So let's look at some laser levels, and then look at line lasers, $5 million a month. Look at the brands selling these line lasers. And again, we can filter or sort by number of sellers. And again, instead of looking at 192 brands, we can look at less than 10. Right. And so we can really kind of figure out which ones might have an opportunity to reach out to. Now, with this, there's a lot of other cool things you can do when trying to find brands to look out to reach out to and contact. And so there's some really cool filters you can apply in SmartScout. So let's go and search by brand here, and let's apply a couple of filters. And so let's say, and here again, if you want to dive down into a particular category or subcategory, you can do all of that right here. Maybe you currently have professional experience in one of these particular categories or subcategories, and you have a lot of strong industry knowledge. That's a great place to start because you might even be already aware of some other distributors or brands that are lesser known but still make a ton of money on Amazon. But let's look at number of sellers, and we want to look for at least 3 to try to weed out those brands that are private label or partnered directly with Amazon. And maybe we want to make sure that they're doing at least 100 sales a month so that we know that they're ranked high, that it's worth pursuing in terms of current velocity on Amazon. And let's say we want a star rating of a 4.0 or higher, because we don't want a product that has a lot of customer disappointment, deals with a lot of customer dissatisfaction, high returns, anything like that. And let's go ahead and click apply. And so we're starting with 632,000 brands, and we end up dropping it down to 3,300. Now, some of these might be out of reach, like we already mentioned Lego at the start of the video, and there's some other big popular ones like Mattel, Crayola, AMD, but there's also going to be a lot of other brands on here that you've probably never heard of. And I've definitely not heard of some of these. I'm personally not familiar with Aurora, Victron Energy, Tea Tree, Cool Toner, and so on. But these are all brands that have 3 or more average FBA sellers on them right now. And so this could be a prime opportunity for some brand direct outreach, or to see if the brand is reseller friendly, or you can find where to get those products to resell on Amazon. So in summary, there is a tremendous amount of opportunity on Amazon. And although there are less sellers today than there have been in years past, the pie is getting bigger and bigger. And the sellers that are on the platform today have the capability to get a larger and larger piece of that pie. And we've definitely seen that in our own personal business over the last 3 years. And so, yeah, I just wanted to take these few moments to show you the capabilities of a powerful tool like SmartScout in discovering new subcategories. You can also discover new niches in the subcategory tool, and there's tons of them. So 23,174 different niches on Amazon, and you can dive in deep into all of them. Like in refrigerator water filters, $59 million a month. Dog hip and joint care, $31 million a month. So I mean, like, who cares about Lego and Nike? Look at the numbers that are moving on all of these other niches that are out there. So if you're interested in trying SmartScout for yourself, we do have a partnership with SmartScout where you can get 14 days free trial and then 35% off for 4 months. Or I believe it's also 35% off any of the annual plans as well if you decide to do that. The link will be in the description, or the code is right here if you want to apply that at checkout. But yeah, it's definitely the most powerful tool out there on the market in terms of data analytics. Love it. Use it every single day in our own business. We've landed brand direct accounts, wholesale accounts, distributor accounts using these things that I'm showing you in SmartScout. And that's what has allowed us to create a six-figure online business where we don't have to ever touch any products at all. And so thanks for watching. If you're interested in more one-on-one coaching or working with me directly, we also coach at fbaplusacademy.com. And that link will also be in the description if you're interested in learning more. Thanks for watching.